First time I met Ian was at his audition, and he had to throw darts at a picture of me, which was in the shape of a dartboard, a picture of Anna, rather, and he did such a killer audition where he just didn't give an inch to me. Like, it was nothing. It was just tough. And after the audition, I remember running down. Remember the rabbit warren when we were at hallway?
The hallway?
Yeah. I always used to call them the rabbit warrens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
At the other.
Well, I remember the rats used to walk around in the hallways. But anyway.
Oh, and rats as well.
Yeah.
And the four-legged type too.
Yes. Anyway.
So I just remember running after him, and his ears were sort of red because he just auditioned, and it was like a big deal. And I remember running next to him, and I was walking alongside him, and I said, "Oh, you were amazing. That was really great." And he just looked at me and went, "Oh, thank you." And I was
Wow.
I was like, "Oh, wow." I was like, "Okay, wow." And then we just became, and then just that friendship just grew and grew, and now it's 26 years. I mean, I don't even know how long we've been friends. It's forever. I mean,
So he left the show first, right? Because
he
he
left
did
after
die.
3 years, and he didn't die. He faked his death so that
right.
his family, me and you, would be
Yeah.
safe, because the mob were going to kill him and us.
So after he left the show, did you immediately start to, did you hang out?
Oh, thank you. Thanks. English girl with her tea.
Did you guys hang out immediately, or did it take time?
No, we hung out
Immediately, okay.
all the time.
Yeah, okay.
We just, because he was on the Gary Shandling show, which was right next door. He shot right next door.
Oh, right.
So I just used to go and bother him, sit in his dressing room,
Huh.
So I saw him all the time. And, we went on vacation together, and we just, there was never really a gap. I do remember once I wasn't calling him back enough, and he, because I'm not all that good at that, and he was like, "You have to call me back," and then I realized that now I can see him every day, that I had to take responsibility
Right. Thank you.
for a friendship.
Thank you very much.
I think it's clicking you're in, especially when you were there. I mean, that's like shorthand. What it is it's like clicking you're into the character. It's
Right.
like that's your sort of in. It's like what would Anna do? I mean, it's just so you sort of click into that. But then also, what would Anna do now? Like, what would Anna do after she's done all of this and after she's done all of that? And, Anna's a very different character to what she was in the 80s, because she hasn't screwed up as much as she has now. And but then also, I feel like the crew, all those people that are around you, they help you. I mean,
Like who?
Like Sandy,
Yeah.
and Craig for me, and Donna, the makeup, and really on set, it's Craig and it's Sandy, because they just anchor me to that.
Yeah. I would say they're like buoys almost.
They're floating.
Yeah.
and they definitely feel like an emotional connection to all that life. I mean, and I look back on General Hospital as that big chunk of time, the 7 years that I was there for reals,
Yeah.
as opposed to the little any bits in and out. Because what happens when you jump in and out is that you're at the mercy of the writer and the regime that's in at the time, and they don't always understand, or they don't always want to honor kind of what's happened before, so they just want you to fit into what they're kind of
Don't you feel the responsibility as someone that originated the character to do that, no matter
I should
what it is on top?
I should. What I sort of feel is that if you're handed a lemon, you just got to make lemonade.
Yeah.
So I do feel that, which is a bit of I should, because I've heard Tristan make more noise about things that he didn't like.
Right.
Whereas I'm like, okay, I have to be able to make this work. Even if I don't love it, I've got to figure out a way to make this work. Even when I was on All My Children, and after I had my son, my first son, they gleefully called me up and said, "Oh, we're going to bring Anna back and you're going to play twins." I wanted to kill myself with a fork because the last thing I ever wanted to do was play twins. I just
Why?
I hate it. I just find it such a, unless you're, Jeremy Irons. It's just not an interesting tool to me.
Yeah. It's a recipe for cheese.
It's
basically
such a recipe for cheese.
Yeah.
And I just can't. All I did is Anna had a ponytail and Alex didn't. That was it. That was my contribution to any kind of artistic.
Brilliant. Subtle.
Subtle.
I like it. Did you have an idea of how much it would be and how much a part of your life it would be, or did it feel like a job when you I got this great job?
I was so excited. I was fresh off the boat, if you like, from England, and I was so excited to have a job, and it was new. I was in Los Angeles, and I could support myself, and I had.
Did you move by yourself?
No, I moved with my boyfriend.
Okay.
And so we came together. We got an apartment, and he got a job, and I got a job, and so I was so excited to have a story to tell every day, but it never felt like work. It didn't feel like. Yes, we were there for long hours, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
They were really long hours. We were there till midnight sometimes, and even 3 in the morning.
A lot of the times, yeah.
A lot of the time, because they were building something. They were building a show. They were building this phenomenon, and it never felt like a job because we were always creating. We were always having fun, and you were with your friends, and So back then we didn't have anything that would give you an instant reflection as to what was going on. What the reaction was, what the reception was for the show. Mm-hmm. So I had no idea who Tristan was. I met him, and I sat in his dressing room the first day we were going to work, and I thought, wow, he kind of looks like what's his name at the time? Steve McQueen, because he had his really short blue eyes. And I thought, damn, he looks like Steve McQueen. I had no idea that he was so well known, or that the show was so, working its way up to, that had been massive and was working its way to be, massive again. It was like right in that. So I just didn't know, and it was the same thing, when I worked with John Travolta. I had no clue who he was. I hadn't seen Saturday Night Fever.
Did you feel more comfortable because you were dancing in that film? Or did it make a difference?
Yeah, because it made me feel like I had something to contribute.
Yeah.
Apart from my lousy acting, I had something to contribute,
Right, because that was something that you were already top of your game kind of thing, and
so I did feel that. But then coming to General Hospital, I really felt like I was hungry, that I needed to learn. And I wanted to be, and I felt the best place to learn how to do my craft, if you like, was with a family. Because I was in America on my own, basically my family was at home. So the soap opera has a really nice atmosphere.
Did you have any reservations about working with working with a kid? Nope.
It was, it was a surprise. They said, oh, now we're going to... I don't even remember how I reacted to it. Because it was the same thing like when I started on the show. Gloria, she called me downstairs one day, and she says, darling, come down. I want to show you something. And she brought me downstairs, and she showed me this black and white movie called A Woman's Face with Joan Crawford.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And she's
I'm nervous.
I know, I was nervous. I thought, and it's this woman with this huge scar on her face. And she says, this is what we're doing to you. And I'm like, what? And so they had my hair like this, but I didn't know why. I thought it was just, Veronica Lake, here we go,
Yeah.
And then later she was saying, no, you're going to have a scar. And then she told me the whole story. But now I don't remember about the child. I think it might have been, Gloria had this habit of taking you guys out for a drink and then telling you your forward story, which is like a really
so cool.
darling thing to do.
Yeah.
Like sitting a cast member down, like maybe taking a couple out together, sitting you down, saying this is what we're going to play out. And it's so exciting because you're like, oh wow, this is like my next arc for the next, 3 months or whatever. And so she took Tristan and I out and said, this is what we're going to do, and there's going to be a child. And And I don't remember thinking, oh my god, because I didn't know, what that would mean, and I didn't know it would be you, and I didn't know it would be fun,
Did you have any other kids in LA that you were close to at the time?
No,
Or like any point of reference?
really, no. I absolutely didn't. And, no, it was just you and the reaction to you, and I think that's why, the infamous audition that we had with you was just improvising, so that relationship would be built on what you were and how that fit in with us and how we fit in with you.
Right.
And we met, I've been looking at all that stuff from the 80s recently because people have been sending me stuff,
Yeah.
just to look at it. And I'm like, what were we doing? I mean, we were just playing. That's all we were doing.